What is going on, everybody? This is BitWZan, and this is Capture the Point. This is our nonsense debate contest where we pit two of our members against each other in order to be named the champ. This week, let's meet our combatants. First is the man who started at the bottom and is still there, Minister E.
How's it going, everyone? Thanks for having me.
And also, he is going to be facing the top dog in the debate yard, the current champ of Capture the Point, Mezentius.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
And this week's moderator is the main man, BitWZan, the nonsense king that is I. So, if this is your first Capture the Point, a quick look in our rules. So, Judge Who's I is going to be choosing who goes first in any way they want. The contestants both have 3 minutes for opening statements. Once both have gone, there's going to be a 10-minute open floor back and forth battle royale, as we like to call it. The judge awards points to the person who believes they win. In case of a tie, which there will be 2 rounds of, there will be a tiebreaker question, which the judge would choose, and that will determine who the winner is. How do you guys feel going into this one? E, you have a lot to gain here. You have not won one yet, buddy.
Oh man, I know. I think
And Mez, what's up?
I think it's those tiebreaker questions that keep getting me.
It always comes down to those. I think the last time you guys faced it was because of the mathematical one where you just gave up.
Has every one of E's debates ended in a tiebreaker?
I think so, because
It was the first one against me that was a tiebreaker.
mm-hmm.
Then the one against Kitty, that was a tiebreaker. And
then he faced me though. I don't know. Was that a tiebreaker one?
Don't
I
remember.
don't think so.
Was that the one with No
I'll have
Country
to
for
look back.
Old Men?
Yeah,
No, I lost that one.
I think that was a sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, and then we got Mez champ. You feeling good, Mez?
yeah, now it's not as much pressure because I don't have like the undefeated streak, but still having that
And,
title.
Your title's not on the line right now, so yeah, you don't have to worry as much either. But we'll go into our questions then, if you guys are ready,
We are ready.
and you should be because you got these questions well in advance. So we'll start off with our first question, and I thought this was a good one, getting your creative juices a flowing here. If you Well, you know what? My bad. That was my bad. I forgot to decide who goes first. Right? Let's do that first and get it out the way. Okay, Mez. Heads or tails, buddy?
Tails.
Oh, tails. Okay. So, Minister, you'll be going first on this one.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So now, if you were to open a video game themed restaurant, which game would you use as the theme? And I did also ask you guys to name like what kind of design setup or anything like that you would have for it. Kind of get creative, and at least one dish and one drink to go with your restaurant. So, Minister,
I am ready.
all right, 3 minutes. Start now.
So, the video game themed restaurant I decided to go with was none other than Monster Hunter. And the restaurant would be called the Hunter's Tavern. Now, if anyone's played the game Monster Hunter, and especially the newest one that came out, the food in that game looks fantastic. And just being in that kind of environment would be just a fun and treat in itself. So, my restaurant would have a medieval kind of feel to it, where the tables would be wooden treated. When you enter the restaurant and sit down to order your food, you have to bang on the table with a weighted mug that's placed in the center of the table when you're ready to order, and that will get your waiter or waitress over. The waiters and waitresses are going to be in cosplay, Monster Hunter style, with many different themed outfits. The dishes uh, will range from uh, chicken to goat to oxtail to salmon, braised, grilled, or baked. You have side dishes of potatoes. But you can have baked potatoes, or you can have mashed potatoes, which will be served in a bucket style container, wooden bucket style container. You can have mixed vegetables. A drink would be served would be called Hunter's Mead, which would be none other than just rum chata, which is a horchata alcoholic mix that's very delicious. And the uh, the style of the tables would be uh, long and like squared out, just like how pretty much think of like a Game of Thrones kind of setting. The single tables would be further in the back of the establishment, as well as the bar kind of area. It will be open kitchen, so you could see the food that you having prepared, so you don't have to worry about people hitting up your food. And that's all I've got for the Hunter's Tavern.
Okay. Wow. Good use of your time there. Almost went the full 3 minutes.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, Mez. Let us know if you were going to open up a video game themed restaurant. Which game would you use? Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Your 3 minutes start now.
All right. So the game I chose was Minecraft. Now, the reason I chose this is because I feel like the look could be really unique to other things that you'd see as like normal bars or medieval style bars and restaurants, because it would all basically have the unique look of Minecraft, of having kind of the 8-bit style. So they already have like wallpapers you could put up where it has like kind of the bookcase looking stuff from Minecraft, or the wood paneling from that they would have, that in itself would look like an 8-bit style interior. Then all the desks, it'll be kind of like tables and furniture you see in Minecraft. So everything, it would have a very block look to it as far as like the furniture and all of that goes. As far as like the menu items, a lot of it would be like steak, chicken, pork chops, stew, and fish, which all can be found in the world of Minecraft. The stew will be served in a dish that looks rounded but also has a blocky feel to it. The steak will be cut in a way, in a fashion, to make it look like the steak from Minecraft and give it a unique look to it, so it doesn't just look like a slab of steak on your dish. Now, as far as like special foods made for that restaurant, some ideas I had like the golden apple pie, which if you played Minecraft, you know golden apple is something you can make. This would be obviously an apple pie, having a block-like design on top of it, but having yellow dye to make it look like a golden apple. You would have the Minecraft cake, which would obviously look like the cake in Minecraft, using fondant and all of that to give it that look. Another one, the spider eye, which would be a chocolate ball filled with cream, covered in red dye candy shell. And the rotten flesh, which is just beef jerky. And as far as drinks, you would have potions. So you have different potions, like potions of healing or potions of swiftness. That all of these would have different mixes in it. As far as like potion of healing, it would also be like a grenadine-based style drink to give it that red color, like the potions from Minecraft. So all of these drinks would have something to kind of mix the color, like grenadine, or blue, you'd have blue curacao, stuff like that, to match the colors that they would be in game. And those would be served in bottles that resemble the potions from Minecraft. So that would be the style you see. Like a lot of it would be kind of like that.
All right, that's time.
Okay.
Oh, this one actually got you guys going up there for 3 minutes. Okay, so 2 good restaurants, 2 good picks, but this is where we get into it. I want you guys to like really sell me on your restaurant as if you was pitching it to like an investor or something like that, and then also kind of like tell me why your restaurant is much better than the other guys, why the other person's restaurant wouldn't work. So you guys are gonna have 10 minutes to go back and forth. Like I said, get into it, really dispute it out, and you guys both ready?
Yes.
All right, 10 minutes start now.
So I started off. So, Mez, your restaurant sounds like, it has all the look, but you're talking about your drinks having certain colors in it, like, having grenadine. What about the taste? Do I have to worry about having food coloring in my drinks just so it could look presentable?
No, because these are things they put in regular drinks. Like if you get a tequila sunrise that has grenadine in it anyway, or Brucosal is something they use in drinks. Like these are stuff already used in alcoholic drinks.
Yeah, but
for color. So it's not something that's like poisonous food coloring. It's already stuff that's standard within bartending.
But that it's just people just going to be picking their own colors that they want to put in there. They'll make their own like horrible drinks, pretty much.
No, it's ordered on the menu. One is called the Potion of Healing, and that's the one that has grenadine in it because that's the color you're getting at.
Well, I could say for one, the Hunter's Tavern would definitely work because they have restaurants out there that, like a Cracker Barrel or certain Hooters or whatever that has that kind of gathering, kind of meet and ground kind of feel, and everybody loves those. It's
It's something it's not unique though. It's like it's something that exists. Like you have
but it would
these
be
kind
unique.
of places.
It would be
You
unique.
have these kind of places that already exist. Like what you described is basically just medieval times. Like you go there, you eat like old style food. You're gonna get big portions. It's not really special to it.
Oh no! Come on now. A
What?
monster
While the
with
food in Monster
cosplayers, with the cosplayers in there. There's no
The
restaurant
food in Monster
out
Hunter
there.
looks good because it looks good for video game food. In real life, it's not gonna look special. It's just gonna look like chicken or fish. It's not gonna look as good as it looks in the game.
Oh no, we have. I told you the menu's gonna have goat. Also, it's gonna have oxtail. You're gonna have salmon. You're gonna have many different styles of meat on there that people.
Yeah, but
will be
none of that is like
introduced to.
really. None of that is special to the game of Monster Hunter at all. It's just normal food
How so?
in a different presentation. But the presentation's been done before. Like even if you talk about cosplay and people being in costume, like I said, Medieval Times does that where you get big pieces of like turkey leg. They eat bare hands to make you feel like you're in that medieval era. It's something that it's been done. It's not unique.
We'll roll right back around into the food. I could walk into any room and say, hey, have you ever tried goat? And you're not going to get a lot of people that's going to say, oh yeah, sure.
How does that relate to Monster Hunter? What
And
goats
then you're
do you
going to
see in
have
Monster Hunter?
and you're going to have
What
oxtail.
what
in
goats
there.
have you seen, or what oxes have you seen
Well,
in Monster Hunter at all?
And that's the stuff that's
That
going to
doesn't- that
bring
doesn't-
people
that's-
in. It's
That's not
it's
even
gonna-
part of the game, though. That's just something you adding in because you thought it would be creative, but it doesn't relate to the game at all.
Well, I can't go out there and get dinosaur meat. It's just being realistic here. But the meat's still going to be absolutely like exotic, and they'll have that choice. They can still get their old stuff. I mean, your blocky style feel dish or bowls. I don't understand that. Like, who wants to feel that?
That's aesthetic.
As a texture. Who wants to feel that when they're picking up a plate or a bowl? So,
Someone who would go to a Minecraft themed restaurant because they know where they're gonna get there.
see,
Which, if you look at it, there's a lot of people who play Minecraft, so there's an audience out there that would be interested in it.
not so sure,
They
man.
have Minecon.
never been tried
so
before.
the fact that there's a convention based around this game means there's an audience for it. So there's people who gonna like be interested in it.
When I think of Minecraft, I don't think of delicious food. But when you think of Monster Hunter, and you ever seen
You
the
think of monsters.
you ever see you're already thinking of a big hulking beast that's ready for the slaughter right off the bat. So already the theme is perfect for a restaurant. Minecraft, I don't think of food any
It's a theme that's
any
unique.
close to thinking about
it's a theme
food
that's
from
unique
Minecraft.
that hasn't been done for an audience. Like the Monster Hunter theme of medieval style taverns. That's something that's so hokey. It's been done
But
to the point where in Japan there's a Capcom bar that has Monster Hunter stuff on the menu. Like it exists.
and here's the thing.
And
I don't think your
speaking of
restaurant.
which,
I don't think
me-
your
me
restaurant's
and
going to
Zen-
sell too well, though.
Me and Zen went to that.
If someone walks by, if someone's
Capcom
walking
bar
down the
and-
street and they look up and see,
It's
the
not for- it's not- it's for
Hunter's
fans.
Tavern. They see the Hunter's Tavern on one side of the street. They look at the other side, see Minecraft, and they're hungry. I guarantee they're not going to go into a place called that's a Minecraft themed spot compared to this place that says the Hunter's Tavern. So just your
I'll
theme,
tell you
your
their
theme
kid-
alone.
I'll
your
tell you,
theme
their kids
alone's-
probably want to go into the Minecraft one though.
But not to eat. They probably just want to go in there just
Yeah,
because to look at the colors,
That
of
and that
these-
brings
of
them
these
in. That's all
potions
they
or
need.
whatever.
All you need is the person to bring them in. And the fact that there's so many kids that play Minecraft and their parents, they'll bring the parents in. That's all they need. And like I was saying, it's like me and Zen went to the Capcom bar. They had Monster Hunter stuff on the menu. Even though both of us are fans of Monster Hunter, neither of us ordered anything from that menu because none of the stuff looked interesting.
The one thing I can say, and which you have also said, it's been done before and proven to work. The medieval theme always works. The crackle barrels out there, medieval times, stuff like that. So the Hunter's Tavern is definitely something people will want to invest in making, that kind of restaurant compared to a Minecraft. Just thinking about it, it won't
It's been
sell.
done, but then
it will not
like,
sell.
It's been done. It's been done, so that means they're competing with these other places. It's like Minecraft will be in its own niche market, and there's a market for it. It's something that's new.
That sounds like a
that people would
reach.
want to see.
That sounds like a reach.
So you'd rather
Like
go
you
for the
said-
really safe
like you
bet
said-
and have something that's like been
like you
done
said-
multiple times and probably better.
I'm gonna go for the things that is gonna get people in that restaurant. It's gonna,
now-
you can't think of,
'cause
you
now
can't
you're
have
not-
you can't have a restaurant, that's called the Doctor's Palace or something, where people are thinking about, flu shots and stuff like that. That's not gonna bring people in. That's kind of where your Minecraft theme is coming from. It's not. It doesn't make you think of food. It doesn't make you think of a delicious meal. The Hunter's Tavern. Just hearing the title alone, that Monster Hunter theme, it's going to pull in a lot more people.
But it sounds like you're not even
Minecraft.
going. It's like you're going for a generic audience, like because at least mine
Not
is
going
geared
for
towards a specific audience.
My
You're saying
generic
you're
audience
saying that
is
someone would
hungry
go there
people.
because it's medieval and that's it. You're not saying that the Monster Hunter fans would go there because it's Monster Hunter themed. You're saying that anyone would walk by and want to go there. It's like mine is geared towards fans of the games. Like yours
Mine's-
doesn't really do anything for the fans other than it's cosplay and that's about it.
Mine's geared towards fans.
Everything else is
hungry
towards
bellies.
medieval and that's it.
It's going to get everybody in there. The fans are going in there, and hungry people are going in there. And guess what? Maybe the hungry people will turn into fans. It's going to be a good market. The Hunter's Tavern is just a better investment.
Hunter's Tavern is a hokey version of medieval times. That's it. And medieval times is hokey as is.
That Minecraft will not sell, and I think
It would sell.
that theme.
It's
that theme
it's
is
still a
not
selling.
gonna sell.
It's a selling game, and I feel like it has an audience and something that's never been done. So you can't even prove that it would or wouldn't sell because there's nothing to compare it to because it's something that's completely unique. And that's the selling point for it is that it's something that's completely unique and it has a fan base behind it.
You need more than just being unique, though. There has to be appetite appealing.
There is.
You have to think about
the food. The food is still there. We're still serving food. We still have the same exact kind of
thinking
food
of
as you.
thinking
At
of a
that,
Monster
we still have
Hunter-
chicken. We have
thinking-
steak. We
thinking
have
of a
fish.
Monster
It's all the
Hunter-
same thing you have.
Thinking of a Monster Hunter theme, you could think of, meat. You could think of beef. You could think of, fish and all that stuff. But thinking of Minecraft, what foods come to mind just thinking of Minecraft? The theme just does not work. It does
They have
not
all
work
the same
at
types
all.
of food. What do you have? have steak, they have pork chops, they have muttons. Like all that stuff is in Minecraft.
But it does not come to mind when you think about it. Say
To people who play
Minecraft.
Minecraft, it would. And that's the audience we're looking for. And even if you go in, you look at the menu, you're gonna see the food is there.
Minecraft is not a game known for the fantastic food. You know,
Neither is
that's-
Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is not known for food. You just think of it now because it's the most recent one, and because the food looks good in the game. But it's not known for
Well,
having amazing food.
The theme
Wait, okay,
has
okay,
animals.
hold on.
The themes has
Hold
animals.
on, we're winding down, so I want you guys into getting your closing statements here.
Okay.
Since you're still going at it, so E, since you went first, go ahead and with your closing statement.
All right, so the Hunter's Tavern, based off of Monster Hunter theme, is perfect because once you think of Monster Hunter, you're thinking of, big old animals, lots of meat. So right off the bat, you're there to fill your belly, and who wouldn't want to cook a T-Rex? So just that thought process alone will get you inside the doors of the Hunter's Tavern. That's all I got.
Okay, Mez, go ahead.
For Monster Hunter, I feel like for Minecraft, it's something that's unique that hasn't been done, and there's a fan base for it. Monster Hunter, it's gonna feel like a weird version of medieval times that doesn't feel complete. And the fact that it's been done before in Japan, and it didn't appeal to fans of Monster Hunter when we went in, shows that there's nothing special that can be done with the menu aside from chicken and steak. That's it.
Okay, cool, copy. Yeah, you guys are going the distance on that one. So
That was tough.
it's an interesting one because this is probably one of the most creative questions that I had, and you guys went a lot more into it than I thought you would. It's very interesting. But both of you guys made good arguments for your restaurants. I'll run down some stuff here. Mez is kind of harping more on the uniqueness of his restaurant, as opposed to the Monster Hunter world, or Monster Hunter themed restaurant, and E harping more on the food portion of it, stating that it would end like the theme of his restaurant, fitting in better as opposed to the Minecraft restaurant. So those are both you guys kind of went down that list a little bit there. I would say a couple things that just throwing it out there and stuff like that. Also the popularity. Mez was saying that Minecraft does have a big following. So that would help it. He was going on some points on Minecraft, saying how the potions might not appeal to people or the taste or whatever. But Mez kind of rebutted that, saying that that's kind of just how drinks are made. Mez hit him back, saying that's too similar. The Monster Hunter world is too similar to other restaurants. But yeah, this was a tough one because there's a lot of stuff that you guys could have went with too that was left out. But ultimately, even though I think Monster Hunter 1 would work on a longer term basis, I'm going to give the point to Mez because he made the point more for it being actual video game themed restaurant and stating more on the uniqueness of it and how that would appeal to people more as opposed to just Monster Hunter, especially with the point saying to E that it didn't seem like a lot of the stuff you were doing was kind of just generic based stuff, and you didn't really hammer home the Monster Hunter appeal of it because you didn't even do anything with dragons. You didn't say how dragons were would factor into this thing. You could have named any of the items like dragon food or something like that instead of just saying goat or oxtail. You could have named it something different, even though it would still be goat and oxtail. You could have named it an Anjanath something or the Great Jagras, whatever. Just mixing up the food themes so that way you can incorporate more Monster Hunter into it and less just this generic medieval themed restaurant that people might want to go to. Mez kind of with his restaurant kind of went all in on there, saying no, this is a Minecraft restaurant. This is what we are. It is what it is. As far as popularity and stuff like that, I mean, I think Minecraft is popular more in North America, but Monster Hunter is the most selling game in Japan. So it would have sold, if a Monster Hunter restaurant in Japan would kill. I know that. But that wasn't a point that E brought up. Yeah, I mean, I'll go with the Minecraft one on that one. Even though, like I said, I think long term,
Yeah.
that yeah, I think the Monster Hunter one would work, whereas I think the Minecraft one would kind of be like a little quiche thing
Yeah.
there that would not, you know,
Yeah, I kind of dropped
people are
I
interested in
dropped the
that.
ball on there. I didn't name off any of the plates off of any of the monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
thought- I
you
thought
didn't
you-
incorporate the dragons in any way. Like
Yeah.
maybe they'll be in the restaurant, or like there's like
Yeah.
a big dragon in the restaurant, or something like
I
that.
thought
to
you were
really,
gonna
like,
go
in.
there, like at the end of your closing statement. He's like, "Who wouldn't want to cook up a T-Rex?" I'm like, "Oh, you got close
Yeah.
to like something there."
That's why I was like, I was gonna write it as a point. I was like, oh, is he gonna go there? And he was just like, oh, okay, no. He kind of like left it. But yeah, good stuff, man. That was a good one.
That was a very good topic. I'll tell you that. That was a
Yeah.
good topic.
But okay, that'll go into our second question, which I guess is a good thing that Kitty might not be around for this one, because depending on where this argument
Oh
goes.
Lord.
So this one I went into the gutter for. But I want to know, which fictional character do you guys think is the most attractive? So E, I think you went first last time. So Mez, you be taking lead on this one. Are you ready
Yeah.
for your opening statement? All right, your 3 minutes start now.
All right. So the most attractive video game character I picked, Mai Shiranui from King of Fighters, and the reason I picked her is because she's already dubbed the Knockout Ninja of SNK. Like that's what they call her in game. Like her whole fighting style and everything is based around kind of using her sex appeal to gain an advantage, and that's based off of like real life female ninjas where they would use the sex appeal to distract and gain an advantage over other people, and that's what her character is based around. Now, if anyone who's seen or played the game, you know, like a lot of it is based on her chest area, obviously, and and like this is a character that's super popular amongst cosplayers for the fact that they can kind of exploit that sexiness, and it's popular among fans, critics, everything like that. And within fighting games, she's seen around like as one of the most like attractive fighting game characters ever, and that's my point.
Oh, okay. Wow. Quick one
Yeah.
that time. All right, Minister. Are you ready to delve into the deep of what fictional character is the most attractive?
Oh boy, yes, I am ready.
All right. Let that freak flag fly. Your 3 minutes start now.
All right, so the character I went with for sexiest female video game character was Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII. This character has long black hair with a white cutoff shirt and a black miniskirt with combat boots. Her sexiness is 100% subtle and not over the top in any way, like having, just your boobs hanging out and whatnot. This character has been rated as one of the best looking female characters and sexiest female gaming character in many media outlets, and also was named by the New York Times as the pinup girl for the cyber generation. So Tifa Lockhart is on the top as sexy, and not just slutty, but just straight sexy, with just a well-designed character. She's a little backstory on her. She's part of Final Fantasy VII, a childhood friend of the main character, and another part that adds to her sex appeal, her weapon of choice are these hands. She fights with barehanded, just, some beat 'em down gloves, and it also adds to the sex appeal of the character. So that's all I've got for Tifa Lockhart for the opening statement.
Okay. Wow, this one opening seems a lot quicker than the last one.
We're gonna have to describe a menu this time.
Yeah, you see, interesting. How much time you guys use when you have to get a little bit creative here. Interesting though that The question never stated it had to be female. So interesting, you guys both went that way. But it was just the most fictional character that you think is the most attractive. I never said the most fictional, female character that you found attractive. But nevertheless, that was 2 good picks again. Interested to see where you guys go with your 10-minute state battle royale back and forth. So are you guys both ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, your 10 minutes start now.
So I would start saying all those lists that Tifa was on as being the most sexy video game character, mine was on it and was ranked higher on a lot of those lists as well. So just to throw away that point of, oh, she's been on lists saying she's the most attractive character. So is mine, and she's been ranked higher.
On what list is that? Because if everywhere, almost everywhere, Mai's considered an over-the-top Chun-Li and gets beat out by Chun-Li.
I've never seen that. From what I've seen from MSN, from other EGMs, like other ratings for on list, she's always ranked higher than Chun-Li. And that's going.
You said EGM, Beth? Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to go into like another point where Maya's been out since 1994 and still making these lists up to now. So it's showing she has a lasting appeal. Like Tifa, she was hot for the time she came out, but then you don't hear about her because then she had these other Final Fantasy characters that kind of outdid her, like
That's
Riku or like Cindy or like Yuna. It's like these are now these characters here are a lot more popular than Tifa is.
That's nonsense. Tifa is still the top sexiest. She's actually the sexiest Final Fantasy female character there is. So those names you just named is impossible.
Not according to a lot of Final Fantasy fans. Like look at even females
Nobody.
who cosplay Final Fantasy characters. You won't see a lot of them doing Tifa now anymore. You see a lot of them doing Yuna or Cindy, because now these are considered a lot more attractive and a lot more for the females to do for cosplays.
If you,
It's like,
you
and,
can-
and as far as
if you look
as
at
far as like lasting effects for
if you look at 10 ratings for sexiest females, Tifa is always going to be up there, and you're not going to see Yuna beating her out. You're not going to see Ariel. All these names that you're naming never beat her out. And the one thing when people think of a sexy Final Fantasy female character, Tifa is always in the mix. Yuna's not always in the mix. If she even makes it on the list.
since she came out, she did.
No.
When Yuna came out, she was considered as the top.
And the fact that when there's cosplay events and Comic Cons, people are still dressing up as Tifa doesn't mean that she's going anywhere. Then
I've never seen someone that's dressed with Tifa now.
it's
And I go to conventions. I go to New York Comic Con almost every year, and I've gone to anime Comic Cons, and I don't see it.
You got to look a little harder because
If you have to
there's
look
more-
that hard to see
there's
it, then
more-
it's not popular.
There's more Tifas.
If you look
than
that,
Mai's.
if you need to look that hard to find these cosplayers, then it's not there.
There's
Because
more-
I would see a my cosplay.
There's more Tifas than Mai's. And like I said, when the people think of sexiest even fighting game, even in our own genre, sexiest fighting game female is not Mai. They usually pick Chun-Li.
That's
So
not true.
She doesn't even beat
When
up.
even-
She doesn't even beat out the
even-
other girls in her
when
genre.
Mai came out, people rated her above Chun-Li.
She probably was rated as the sluttiest looking one
No,
because
she
it's
was
over
rated
the
as the
top.
hottest.
She's hanging low and her tits are falling out, and that's it. There's no real definition to it. Chun-Li, they always talk about Chun-Li's legs. They talk about the design of Chun-Li way better than Mai. Mai, the only thing that you got is that her costume is slutty. Not even any definition. She got big boobs. The end. They talk about Chun-Li's muscle tone, the perfect legs. So she gets beat out in her own genre. Tifa is
Tifa gets beat out in her own
is
series.
always rated.
You have other
as
Final Fantasy characters that look better than her.
one of the top level rated females. She's always either in the top 5 or the top 3.
Nope.
So
And
that's
if you look at
in,
it this way,
that's
like,
also in
look,
RPG.
even, like,
that's also in
Look at
RPG
her,
ratings.
Mai's popularity has been so good that in King of Fighters 12, when she wasn't included as a popular character, critics and fans were going against the fact that they didn't use it as a popular character, where they put it back in for 13. Like, that's how popular the character is. You don't see people getting on it for Tifa to be put in Final Fantasy 15. It's like they're not even considering her anymore. They don't think about her. She's done. She was Final Fantasy 7, and that was it. She was hot for the moment.
She wasn't done because they made
Tifa was hot for the moment, and that's all she lasted for.
They put her back in Final Fantasy Advent Children and gave her one of the best fight scenes, even better than that of the main characters in there, because people knew the fan base was so strong that they had to make her fight scene top notch. So this character still remains popular, still topping out the list. You cannot think of sexiest one of the sexiest females out there is always going to be Tifa, just because the outfit's sexy, the character's sexy, and it's not over the top. It's not slutty. It's actually sexy. You can't say the same thing. It's slut. She's slutty. It's a slutty character, but not considered sexy by all. But Tifa is around the board.
She definitely is.
Sexy.
For the fact that she's influenced other fighting game characters as well, like Kasumi and Dead or Alive, it's like that's a straight rip off of Mai Shiranui, and that's because of how popular Mai was.
I beg to differ. I think Kasumi is.
That's not just Mai Shiranui in a blue costume. It's the exact same thing.
It's not. They don't even stand the same way. They don't even wear the same type of clothes.
It's exactly the same.
Mai is got the slinky top with the, I don't know what they call that thing, but it's a different costume. Kazumi actually has a ninja costume. That's an actual ninja costume. And
no, it isn't.
There's no cleavage. Costume. There's no cleavage shown in Kazumi's costume.
Are you kidding me? You're thinking of the wrong character. You're absolutely thinking of the wrong character then.
Right off the bat.
You're absolutely thinking of the wrong character if you think Kasumi doesn't have cleavage in that and is not based off Mai Shiranui.
Her original costume does not have cleavage.
Her original costume is the blue thing that looks exactly like what Mai wears in King of Fighters.
It doesn't have. Mai has the long, plunging, slinking.
That actually plays into the character of what she's doing. Like, that actually plays a role of her using sex to
slutty character, not sexy.
No, it's meant to seduce.
Tifa is considered sexy, and Mai is considered slutty. That's the difference here.
By your standards, but that's not anyone. And no one else is saying that. It's like, I still wouldn't think that Tifa's even popular to this day. Like, she was popular when she came out, but I feel like other characters have kind of outdone her.
And the names that you named were wrong right off the bat. You're saying all these girls from Final Fantasy VII beat her out, which is false.
Not Final Fantasy VII. I said
when she's considered
other Final Fantasies.
the top sexiest RPG female character out there. Always in the top level. Always in the top 3. Always in the top 5. And like I said, Mai gets beat out by Chun-Li.
She doesn't get beat out by Chun-Li.
She gets beat out by Chun-Li.
When people think about Chun-Li since she came out.
Sexiest female fighter in a video game, it's going to be Chun-Li over Mai all the time. People remember the name Chun-Li, not Mai. But if you talk about RPG or Final Fantasy, people are always going to know it's going to be Tifa in the running.
For a fact that even within Chun-Li's series, she's not considered the hottest one because Cammy is. How would you think Chun-Li will beat out Mai, who Mai is kind of the poster child for the SNK for female characters?
Everyone knows who Chun-Li is. Not everyone knows who Mai is. That's how.
It's not true. It's like people who enjoy fighting games and know SNK and know all this, they will know who Mai is.
There's no way. And also, Mai was never named anything at all, by New York Times. So that already shows that Tifa Lockhart's character actually goes beyond her own genre of video game as being sexy. For the fact that considered the pinup girl for the cyber generation, that's the title that Mai doesn't have.
All right. Closing statements, guys. We're winding down here. Mez, you can go first.
So, for my point, I think Mai still, it's like being considered the knockout ninja of SNK, being seen as the kind of a go-to character for all of King of Fighters, and the fact that like the fans and critics can't go a game without having her in game shows how much she's loved by fans and critics. And I would say everything that Tifa's been on, Mai's been on those same lists and ranked higher. And that's my point.
All right, Minister.
I believe that Mez is confusing the list that Mai is ranking higher as the slutty list and not the sexy list. Tifa Lockhart has been named, pinup girl of the cyber generation by the New York Times. That alone debunks everything Mez said about Tifa Lockhart. So I'm going to just end it off on that. Tifa's sexy.
Okay. It's all right. That's a good one.
This was a really
You
weird
guys made
argument.
I
hate
hate arguing this in a public setting that I am in right now. Pretty much with the thin walls. I was like, damn it, Zad.
So yeah, Mez for Mai was stating how popular she is with cosplayers and how she's kind of the poster child for SNK. And Minister got on how Tifa was the New York Times pinup girl, not as, I guess on the way his words, as not as slutty as May, has a more subtle sexiness to her. You also guys hit each other as saying like, yeah, Minister was hitting Mez with how, May is probably only attractive because of her outfit and the fact that she has huge jugs. And Mez was hitting Minister was saying that, Tifa isn't even the best looking character, isn't deemed the best looking character in her own series. She's been overshadowed by other characters like Yuna and more recently Cindy. This was a weird one. I was kind of looking for something here, and I'm gonna give it to Minister because Mez, like, I know, and I can tell Mez, you were kind of like you said it was a weird argument, and I can tell it was a weird one for you because you kind of got stuck more on her popularity. If you were arguing for who's the most popular fighting game character or who the most popular female character might have been, that might have been a role that would have been suited you were arguing for. But I was looking for attractiveness, and E was the only one who kind of broke down what made Tifa attractive. Like he actually went through her features and actually went through like how her subtleness and how her battle mechanic, like how she's like this tomboyish, like she has a tomboyish style to her, and that's what makes her attractive. Whereas you got kind of stuck on just, well, my character's more popular with this thing and stuff like that. And you kind of got stuck on that and like trying to disprove E's, like, oh, she's not as popular. And it's like, well, that doesn't really matter. Like if she has to be more attractive than your character. And I think he broke that down a little bit more than you did. So I can tell that was a weird one for you because like I was like writing notes. I was like, yeah, Mez is kind of like getting stuck in a loop here.
It's a tough one, man. This one was rough. Like I said, I didn't even want to continue the argument. I was like, I gotta go 10 minutes with this and yell this out, with the thin walls. I'm like, oh my god. That's perfect.
It's like I gave you such a good first argument, and then I brought it back to the gutter with the second one.
Oh my
god. But okay, that brings us to the tiebreaker round. Another one for the Minister.
Here we go. What will it be?
Time for Zan to get his comeuppance, or to get his vengeance. No, all right. So, I thought of an interesting one. During my time off, I actually got to watch Death Warrant. So, no, I'm just joking. No, this one I'm gonna make it a little bit simple. Hopefully, it's not as difficult as some of the other ones we had. I'm gonna just call it Name the Actor. So I'm gonna name off 3 movies, right? And you have to tell me which actor starred in all 3 of these movies, or what these movies, like which actor, like, which what actor has starred in all 3 of these movies, or what these, which actor has the 3 movies in common, kind of a thing. So that's the way it's gonna go. once whoever chimes in first, kind of like whoever buzzes in, whatever, and gives me the actor's name, will win. Okay? Is that like a fair one?
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
Okay. Okay.
Can we buzz in
So-
before the 3?
If you can think of it before the 3, yeah. So name the actor that has all 3 of these movies in common. The first movie is Transformers.
Mark Wahlberg.
Nope. The second movie is Captain America: First Avenger. The third movie is V for Vendetta.
Hugo Morrison.
Who?
Hugo
Weaving.
My bad. Hugo Weaving.
Oh,
I said it.
Matt said
I
it
got
first.
Damn
Oh!
I mixed Vigo,
Just ahead of
I mixed
time.
Vigo Morrison
We
and Hugo
We
Weaving.
need to replay that. I think I beat him out there.
No, I
beat him out.
definitely got that.
Because he
No,
said,
Mez was saying Hugo.
And then-
Hugo.
yeah, and then
Mez
I
was saying
said
Hugo
Hugo
as you were
Weaving.
saying it. I was like, oh man.
the funny thing is that
Yeah,
it's
so-
the only character I could think of too. Is like, well, I'll go with Hugo Weaving. But what was he? When was he in Transformers?
He was
He was Megatron.
Was he?
Oh wow!
He was the voice of Megatron.
Because
Oh, wow. I
that's
wouldn't
why
have guessed
I was like, it can't be. I was like, it can't be him.
I knew that leading that one off and then having Captain America next would trip you guys up and was like, wait, what? 2 characters have that in common. But then I figured V for Vendetta would bring it back.
Vendetta kind of brought it pretty close. Because I
Yeah.
was like, I only put those 2 movies together. I was like, well, Captain America.
If I would have said like Lord of the
Hugo
Rings or
Weaving.
something like that, you guys would have been guessing for hours and something. So I chose I chose
Or The
like the last
Matrix.
movie. I chose something that he stood out.
That was a good one though. That actually was a fair one because it was a
Yeah.
buzzer beater. Like we were on like the last
Yep.
syllable.
It was It was like it was one of the closest tiebreakers we had because like if Mez would have said the wrong name again, Minister would have won right there. But yeah, I guess that'll do it. Mez takes another one, stays on top.
still on the bottom of
The
the
champ
barrel.
keeps. This was the closest one for you too, E,
The,
man.
the
This is so
tiebreaker, the
close.
bane of Minister's existence.
I know. Dang on tiebreakers.
Well, as long as it's not Kitty's tiebreakers with the flowers.
I
That
know.
had to be
Name
the
that
hardest
flower.
one. I was like, I'd have just gave up. I'd be like, you're heard my desk flip over.
And I think the next one that's gonna leave you and me, Mez, because I face Kitty, you face Minister. So
Didn't we just have
it's
a
me and you
match?
next. No,
Is
we
this supposed to
didn't.
be
It's like
Zan versus Kitty?
We're rotating in. No, I faced her last time.
it's-
we did the
it's-
Hulu versus Netflix.
Oh, you're right.
You and Minister. Me and Kitty. Well, I mean, if we do me versus you, doesn't matter.
I mean,
that's
that's
weird.
championship round.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. So yeah, y'all two. Who's a moderator?
We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
who's a moderator?
We'll figure it out what the thing. Whoever's gonna be doing what, we'll figure it out in the future. We'll see who's actually be battling for next time.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for here at Capture the Point. Mez wins again. The underdog Minister still. Hopefully next time he can make it up. Unranked.
Damn tiebreakers, man. When you said Death Warrant, man, I was like, I smiled, but I was like, there's no way. There's
was
no way in hell. That would be completely unfair. I know that movie like the back of my hand.
Oh man, that would have been funny. But okay, that is gonna do it for us here on Capture the Point. I've been BitW Zan, your judge for this round. Joining us with the combatants, Mezentius and Minister E.
Hey, yo.
Well, we're not saying goodbye for now, forever. Just saying goodbye for now. Goodbye.